can use some of the tools that you can use in day-to-day life for increasing your efficiency. These are AI tools. I'm giving you examples of some of them. So first is Claude AI. So Claude AI is in essence a AI agent. What is an AI agent? In AI agent, what happens is once you get an output of a say good model, the output is processed to another model. So you are not just communicating, for example, chat gpt, you are just communicating one way. You are you are giving the inputs and it is giving you the answers. But what happens if your answers are getting transformed into something else? Now what happened is, what you can do in Claude AI is, if you are interested in coding, you can code here as well. But you can go to this plus sign, you can go to connectors, you can go to manage connectors. There are many connectors here. What are connectors? These are various applications that you can use on a day-to-day basis. So you can browse the connectors. You will find so many applications. Now, earlier, what you used to do is you used to work on these applications. But now with AI system in place, with AI agents in place, you can just connect your systems to uh, Claude agent, and it will do all the tasks automatically. So, for example, you used to make applications or presentations using Canva. Most of you must have used Canva for developing applications. So what you can do is you can connect Canva or Gamma. Those are similar applications. And what I have written is generate a PPT with Gamma on the use of AI in Ayush. In just 5 minutes, it has developed this application, this presentation. And when you check how it is looking really good. If you see, it's like a modern presentation with all the elements included, and the data is also correct. If you see what are the technologies Ayush is working on, if you see how the technologies are being made, all the things are here in just 5 minutes. So in a way, it has increased my efficiency many folds, that this same presentation I would have took around 3 4 hours to develop, but now only in 5 minutes your whole presentation is ready. Similarly, you can connect your word files, you can connect your drive, anything you want, and you can write here the prompt, and it will give you the answers. Not just answer, it will work on that particular tool and give you whatever you want. So this is one example. Second is most commonly used, that is called Chat GPT. We often equate AI with Chat GPT these days because of the ubiquity of it. But not just Chat GPT. Chat GPT contains various GPTs. So if you want to study something in, for example, Sanskrit, so you can have these GPTs. You can explore GPTs and you can download anything. So for example, if you want to create a video from chat gpt, you can just install video AI by InVideo, and you can directly write the prompt and it will generate a video of 1 or 2 minutes in a good quality. Then you can have AI humanizer. Many of you would be writing research papers in which the problem that you face is that the systems predict that this is a AI generated response. So you can use AI humanizer. So anything is possible in this world of GPTs. You can make projects. In the projects, what is done is you can make a new project and you can give sources to it. So whenever you add sources to it, the chat system will identify those sources and consider it to be true, and from that only it will reply to your questions. Then the system is Gemini. Gemini, most of you would have used for creating images. What system it is using? It is using Nano Banana, that is in the backend, that is used to create images. Now, how it is working is, for example, you have thousands of images of, for example, a garden, and you have thousands of images of rivers. Now, it has learned what a garden is, what a river is separately. But when you give a prompt that I want a garden through which a river passes, it will generate it automatically through its learning. This is called generative, the power of generative AI from text or images or from sound that it has learned. It can create new identities. Now, there is something called Notebook LM, in which you can give any input. You can give a website, a YouTube video. It can transcribe the complete video for you, give you the summary, even if it is 1 hour, 2 hour webinar, seminar, anything. For example, here I have given the website of Ministry of Ayush, and in just 1 minute, it has given me what it contains. It has scrapped the whole website from who's who, Ayush domains, your ministers, parliament questions, official languages. Everything is listed here, and you can talk to it directly. But what is wrong here is AI systems generally tend to hallucinate. What is the meaning of hallucination is when you ask some question to these systems, they can generate answers based on the data that has been trained on. Now, if the data is wrong, then your answers would also hallucinate. Or if the data is not present, it will try to create the most probable answer, and that would be something called hallucination. So it will give that hallucination the wrong answer very confidently, and there the people are making mistakes. Here a human intervention is needed. Here Ministry of Ayush is needed for developing tools for you that are authenticated, that are verified. Now I'll give you just an example of hallucination in image world. This is Grok. I've said that draw an image of AI and Ayush. What it has done is it has generated two people. One is named AI and one is named Ayush. Now, this is not what I wanted, but because my context was completely missing, it has generated this. So, this is completely a hallucinated image. So, imagine if your context is missing when you are working with AI systems, all your context is not given, complete context is not given, then it might hallucinate, and you can work on the report that it has generated, considering it to be true. Now I'll come back to my presentation. Now, what is Ayush Grid? Ayush Grid is the IT backbone of entire Ayush sector, which is ABDM compliant. Its vision is to transform Ayush sector to provide efficient, holistic, affordable, and quality services to all. I would recommend you all to visit a portal called maisp.ayush.gov.in. This is the central portal of Ministry of Ayush. If you go to the dashboard, you can see various domains in which we have categorized all the portals that could be used in your day-to-day life as well as the professional life. In healthcare, for example, we have AHMS. You can directly go from this portal to AHMS. You can download yoga-based applications with WHO and with our own team directly from this part. Then for research and development, you can go to Ayush Research Portal. You can read research on various topics, including homeopathy. You can see we have more than 43,000 research papers uploaded here with article views over 24 lakhs, 2 crore 45 lakh. Then you can go to Namaste portal for reading about ICD-11 codes and morbidity codes that are there. So you can see ICD-11 coding. In homeopathy also we are using it. Now, what Ayush Grid does, it combines all the data of all these portals and form a grid-like structure. So if a person is working on AHMS, he will get ICD-11 codes that are used in homeopathy clinic, and the doctor can directly recommend those morbidity codes directly into AHMS. Now, how we are integrating AI is we have developed various chatbots. If you can see, I have pasted the QR code for these chatbots. You can take a picture and scan it later on. So we have chatbots in Myas in which you can ask any Ayush related information. We have Yog Sarthi, we have ELMS chatbot, we have Ayush Research chatbot, we have E-Charak chatbot, and Nivesh Sarthi chatbot. Now, what is Yog Sarthi? In Yog Sarthi, we have chunked in all the protocols of yoga that are developed through various scientists in MDNIY and CCRYN. And you can directly ask your health condition, migraine, yoga asanas, and it is suggesting a list of yoga asana that you can perform during that condition. So this is completely an AI tool. Now, many of you would ask, why are we developing these chatbots when ChatGPT or say Gemini is available? Because the accuracy of those tools is not known. If you write migraine yoga asanas and it is hallucinating and giving you some wrong answer, then you will be in a jiffy that you have to perform these to get well. but in a sense, that was a hallucinated answer. So these are authenticated tools that we are developing to get authenticated answers. Now, this is something that we are working on, a yoga posture detection, in which the person performs the yoga. And at the top, if you can see, it is detecting the asana, namaskar asana, and confidence, how correct the person is doing. Then we have Maya's chatbot, in which all the Ayush related information we have chunked in. So if somebody write define homeopathy, it is giving the answer that it is founded on the principle of simila, similibus, and then like cures like, and all these information in just one click. You can ask information about councils as well. What is CCRH? It is Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, right? Then similarly, we have research assistant, in which we have something called research papers. You can directly write research paper related to homeopathy, and it will give you the answers and summarize the research papers as well. Then we have Nivesh, which we have investment related documents and guidelines chunked in. You can directly ask homeopathy related investment, and it will give you what are the potential investment opportunities that you have in the field of homeopathy. You can write better prompts as well. You can write, I want to invest in homeopathy domain in the state of Uttarakhand, for example, in the state of West Bengal, for example, and it will give you all the potential fields where investment can be made. So this is Nivesh Sarthi for potential investors. Then what we are working on is we are working on multi OCR system. We have various ancient manuscripts that we can chunk in directly and communicate with them. So this is something like this. So the OCR system has read all the parts of this manuscript. It has created a heat map, and based on that, it has given me the text. And on that text, I can talk directly like I'm talking with ChatGPT. You can see I've used multiple OCR systems and it is giving me the answer. Then there is Multimed AI. In Multimed AI, what we are doing is we are connecting it with AHMS, and what it does is it is taking the input as X-rays, MRIs, and all the reports like that. And on top of that, it is giving you the answers as to what that person is suffering from. So that is Multimed AI for you. So as soon as you upload your X-ray, it will tell you that yes, this guy is suffering from TB, and this is the ICD-11 code for it. Now, how Ministry of Ayush is collaborating on a global scale and leading, in fact, in AI development in traditional medicine. So, Ministry of Ayush has acted as a topic driver in traditional medicine as a part of focus group in AI for H with WHO, WIPO, and ITU. This initiative, this focus group has been evolved into global initiative for AI for health, in which Ministry of Ayush is the topic driver. Ministry of Ayush has also led its support to the ICD-11 TM2, in which Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha codes have been released. Similarly, we are working with ICD-11 codes for homeopathy as well that are used in modern science as well. And we are integrating it with AHMS system that I showed in the beginning. Then I would highly recommend you to read something released by WHO, that is mapping the application of artificial intelligence in traditional medicine. It has quoted the work of AYUSH Grid as well. In this, they have collected examples from all over the world in which AI is used in traditional medicine field, including homeopathy. And they have collected very good examples that you can try and emulate in your field of work as well. Now, what is the way forward in homeopathy? First is AI powered knowledge digitization. I would highly recommend, because many students would be listening in, that because AI is moving so fast, but the level of data that is there for homeopathy is very less. So this is a scope that you can see in future that you can work on. So you can transform your classical text into materia medica and repertory, into intelligent searchable databases using NLP and OCR. So if I tell you that there are certain systems like Hugging Face, which contains data. Now, if you see that Hugging Face contains medical data of all the terminology, but the data for homeopathy is completely missing. So here you can work it out and see what you can do with AI and health. Then second is intelligent remedy recommendation system. Recently, we have been privileged enough that WHO released a paper, a case book in which the example of AYUSH Grid was quoted, in which we have worked on something called decision support system. In this decision support system, what we are doing is we are taking the symptoms of the patient, we are applying the AI algorithm, and it is giving us the probable diseases and probable line of treatment that he can work on. So this is something that young students in coordination with entrepreneurs and technocrats can work on. Intelligent remedy recommendation system. Once you are ready with your data, you can work on these systems which can directly predict the line of treatment in homeopathy plus the prescribed medicine. But one thing would be there, that human in the loop approach should be always be there. The role of doctors should always be maintained, because on the ethical ground, AI system should not replace doctors. Now, third is precision homeopathy through big data. Now, leverage large scale patient data analytics to deliver personalized, evidence backed treatments. So, what we have done is essentially we have data of around 2 crore patients, and we are working on AI system that can chunk in the homeopathy related data, and we are working on the insights that we can draw from it. We have systems like eCheck as well, which have 3 crore patients. We have AHMS, which have 2 crore patient registration, and we are developing something called precision homeopathy through big data on top of that. Next is smart voice EHR tools. So what we have observed is when a patient comes to the doctor, and the system is digitized, so he has to type everything. That a patient tells that I am suffering from this and this symptom, the doctor writes there. Then the patient tells that I am suffering from this from past these many days, the doctor writes that. Then the doctor thinks for a while, then writes that he might be suffering from this disease and these are the medicines that he can be prescribed to, and this wastes a lot of time. So this is the fourth item that is way forward for AI in homeopathy, that is smart voice based EHR tools. What we can do is enable voice based text based symptom inputs and AI driving ranking remedies for faster and smarter clinical decisions. In this, as soon as a person speaks, the recorder system records it and translate it into the correct field in which the data has to be provided. So the doctor patient interaction time would be reduced, plus it is uh, being fetched and used through an AI interface. So the efficiency is improved, but the time is reduced. So this is a system that people can work on in the field. Then is conversational AI and patient engagement. Deploy chatbots and mobile apps for symptom tracking, basic guidance, and continuous patient follow-up. These are systems that would be used at a very primary level, not very hi-fi or very detailed symptoms analysis or something, because that needs an expert guidance. But for patients who are interested in getting homeopathy treatment, they should know that this is where I can get my treatment done. These are the symptoms that we have. These are the medicines I have to take. This is how I have to do the follow up and all these things. So this is how we can work on way forward in AI homeopathy. Thank you. Any questions? I would be happy to.
For the online participants, do you have any questions? Please raise your hands to if you have any questions for Goel sir.
Yes.
We move to the in-house. We have one question for you, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. It was indeed a wonderful learning session. Myself, a faculty of DNB Homeopathic Medical College. So, I just want to know that how we can learn this AI. Once you have given us a glimpse of all the portals, then is there any learning portal from where we faculty or our student can learn this thing so that we can use it in a detailed way? Or something you can say in a very simplified way because we are from the medical background. So how to learn this?
Uh, One thing I'll tell you that uh, when digital health was introduced in colleges and in hospitals some 15-20 years back, the doctors were dependent on the engineers because they had to code it. The coding was tough to understand and it was a different language altogether. But what is there in AI is that you don't have to learn anything because most of the things are pre-compiled. So you can just get these models, get these basic terminology you have to learn. But other than that, the system development is quite easy. The tough part is the compute part, in which you have to procure a GPU enabled system or a system that can perform those operations. Now, where to learn it from? I would recommend there are various sources that you can learn it from. One is the book called AI for Dummies. I'm not saying you just go through that book and from page to page. What you can do is get an ebook of dummy for AI for dummies, and put it in Google LM, Notebook LM that I've showed you in the beginning. You can just upload it and you can talk to it directly. So this is the way I would say that you can learn AI. Second is there are many YouTube channels and websites. One is simplylearn.com, where you can go and there are various good options for learning it. And it's not very complex, I would tell you. Third is Geeks for Geeks that you can browse. And fourth option, if you are associated with any government or something, then you can go for I Got Karm Yogi, in which there are sadhana saptah going on, in which AI Daksh related courses are really good that you can learn. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any more questions from the house?
Okay.
Okay, Dr.
Dr.
Shurmur
Shubhamar
was
should be
quickly
asking
asking you
us.
something.
Yes.
One is a very fantastic deliberation and new learning from you. What is it, Dr. Shubhamar? So, my question, what is your update about clinical decision supporting system that for development? And another one, we people are belong basically from research background. So, share some research AI things that can be incorporated in clinical trials.
Mhm. So basically, what clinical decision support system is, just wait, I'll show you a diagram that will help you understand what clinical decision support system is basically. I'll share my screen so that. So if you have a basic understanding of what clinical decision support system is, so I have been working on something called a clinical decision support system. I'll share my screen so that it's clearly visible. So yes, so this is a clinical decision support model in which, for example, you have a system called AHMS in which the data is being captured. Now, as soon as we capture the data of patient, we have certain books, we have standard treatment guidelines, we have ICD-11 coding. These two in combination will give you something with the RAG engine, will give you an output of how you can do it. So if a patient comes in, the doctor fills in his temperature, his height, his weight, his heart rate, his pulse, his blood pressure. He also writes all the present complaints. Then these present complaints and these vitals goes into the standard treatment guidelines, and your authentic books and your research papers that have been written in homeopathy, then it takes ICD-11 coding. Then it gives you the answer that these are the tests that can be performed, and if the test result is this, then the person is suffering from this, and if the person is suffering from this could be the line of treatment. So this is how a clinical decision support system works, and we are in a very initial stage of research work here, because you have asked about the research. So if I would recommend you that you can work on CDSS, clinical decision support system, for homeopathy system. And if you need any guidance, we are there for us. Yes.